Good evening, everybody. We are just settling in here at the desk. Got to do some Speedway conversations over with Wally. Get a good start to the evening. And now we're going to get into a little bit of low volume desk work here. Let the evening boot up a little bit. Just a moment for me. Just a moment. Put my hands together here. Make sure I have all my supplies organized. Might be a little bit of something I do before I really get on board with the night. Straighten up the desk and make sure things are organized. This desk kind of needs it, and I didn't have time to do that before I booted up the set. So hang on just a moment here. Ink. Yeah, well, I gotta look for those at some point too. Pens. Just a moment, y'all. They're right here. I've got my pens. Get those organized a little bit as well. Guess that I know I should have got them together. But the night is running on a very tight track for me tonight, so figured I'd put up a small sec now. Maybe do like an intermission at some point in the night. And then come up for the longer span of time that I usually do. Close to 6 to 8 to 12 hours. Depending on how the night's looking. So yeah. Now is us just kind of getting the studio set up. Now, a moment here. Let's do something real quick. Hang on. There we go. Apologies, just had to make sure everything was up and running, working correctly. Do a little bit of a system check. Yeah. Like I said, we're still in the moment of getting set up for the night, so let me put on a little bit of music. Hey! James, good to see you, brother. How are you? Cheers to you. Yeah, here. I actually got me a bowl pack right here. Yes. This is some, I believe I put some Blue Dream in here. Yes. I actually have three phenos of that strain. One that's more blueberry, one that's more haze, and one that's just right in the middle. That's the more blueberry one. Listening to Saints by Echoed. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm just starting off kind of smooth here for the night, getting a little bit of work done here at the desk. Let's see if there's a way I can show you all what I'm doing here at the desk without it flipping my phone over. Give me a moment while I figure this out. Oh, right on.
Hey,
Welcome, Wally, brother.
welcome. Hey, I like your backdrop, dude. That's pretty badass, man.
Thank you. I just figured out they're giving these out for the holidays.
That's cool. I didn't even pay attention to that. I would have put that up on mine. That'd have been cool.
It took me a little bit to find it. Oh,
Benji just texted me and everything else. Sent me some videos from some car shows down in Raleigh, North Carolina that he's been to with his Corvette that he got.
nice.
Yeah, and one of the videos he sent me is a guy that owns a aftermarket performance store and 6 Chevy dealerships down there and hanging out like he has no money at all with his zero Z7 ZR7 one Corvette and just hanging out like he's a normal Joe Smo with him, dude. He
Oh
sent
my
me a video.
goodness.
I was watching. That's what took me so long to get up on here. Dude, it was cool as hell. The guy dresses just like a normal t-shirts and jeans, driving a kick-ass car and hanging out at a car show. I was like, dude, that's badass.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hey.
what's even nicer is uh he sent me some stuff for jobs that are possibly down there. He said the car culture and everything else outside of Raleigh, everything racetracks and stuff are no more than an hour away from you, if that. He said, plus the car culture. He said there's a car show pretty much every weekend in different spots all over down in North Carolina.
Oh, good.
I was like, huh. I was like, that sounds interesting. And so
Yes,
I
sir.
said, I was like, maybe I need to find it. He goes, so what do you do? So he told me to get on Deed. Well, what's funny is uh, one of the race programs out of Charlotte, North Carolina is actually looking for an entry level mechanic for a race car team.
Oh shit.
I'm like, and they pay for relocation to work on the cars to relocate you to the facility.
Nice. I used to live down near there.
I didn't know it until Benji texted me. He's originally here from Ohio himself.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
once again, you get that aspect of community that people love to travel. Hell yeah.
opportunity brings itself. If I get a chance, yeah, I may be
Yeah.
43, but if I got a chance, I may jump on that and up and move the family south.
Oh yeah, there's
If
still
it,
plenty of opportunity left in life.
oh yeah, yep. So it'd be interesting to see.
See, that, that's kind of what I was borderline saying earlier with stuff with designs and such. There has been when you tell people that as far as the tattoos goes that you're into that and you'll do some body work for them, dude, some excellent opportunities come out of the woodwork.
Right.
They really do. You meet some interesting people. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I need to see. Uh, what do I need to do? Oh, some new coffee. That coffee made me sick.
But yeah, the only dilemma though up and moving right now is especially since my youngest just started as a freshman in high school. So I mean, that's going to be a hard thing. So
Oh, a
yeah,
little bit going on for sure.
right.
See, I need to get some new coffee in there.
But yeah, man, I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, I'm willing to jump on it. That's like honestly, a couple years ago, actually before COVID, I had the opportunity to move to Kentucky, live down in the area where my mom and sister and niece live. But the only downfall is work down in Kentucky. You got to drive 2.5, almost 3 hours to work every day, and then turn around and work 8 or 12 hour shifts. I mean, the cost of living's better, but I mean cheaper, but still, it's just the travel for work. You got to drive. You're pretty much not at home the whole time. You got 4 hours a round trip, and then 8 or 12 hours of work in between. So, I mean, you really don't have time in between. That's the only shitty part. Because I had an opportunity to buy a house, like 4 houses for my sister, and all because the way work was, like we chose not to. Your mic went dead again.
Of course, rest to keep going. There's
There it is.
what's doing that? Thank you, brother.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was just weird. Well, that's like I started to watch some of the replay. I noticed the screen lagged on some of it too. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
So
I wonder if it's an issue with StreamYard.
that or it's YouTube.
True.
It could be something. But
Glitch in the
yeah, dude, I
matrix.
appreciate you coming up again, and I knew with talking
Always.
motocross I'd get you in on there, man. So
Thank you. I had a great time.
like I said, man, I'm giving you the opportunity. Besides on your own channel doing your thing, um, expand your horizon on my shows. So
Well, I really do appreciate that because I mean the tattoo scene is always fun, but keeping it fresh with a couple different things to do, it keeps things interesting.
right, well, and I mean too, the way I
Yeah,
look at it, I mean, like on the for your Japanese art, that works
that's
out
it.
perfect for Thursday, because technically you can entitle. We can do a session where you the animals, the meaning of the Japanese artwork for the animals and stuff for in the tattoos like the kois. You could give everybody a session on what you know about that and everything else. You know what I mean? So I mean, it opens the door just like with motorsports. I
Yeah,
mean, tattooing can
that's
be part of the
it.
motorsports thing too, but it's something else too. The reason like I said, within this last year, getting to know you, being up here with you,
Okay.
it's amazing how much we actually have in common that you don't really have in common with everybody else on the network. You know what I mean?
I'd agree. There's some ultimate interests that not everybody gravitates towards.
Right. Ours, motocross, you get into it big, you're into the reptile scene and
Yes,
and
sir.
just talking animals, not only just a reptile. I mean, last Thursday was a prime example, dude, where we were talking about movies and shit. And I mean, hell, you were just rattling off all different things. I'm like, hell yeah, I like this.
I thought it was great.
I
Well,
love it.
yeah,
And that's
there's some
why,
extra
well,
creativity there.
that's why I said welcome my new co-host for Thursday nights.
Uh, I appreciate that, brother. It really has given me an opportunity, and I'm thankful for that. Thank you.
Well, in a majority of my shows, when I do my shit, it's usually about 7:30, 8 o'clock, unless I got something going on. But of course, I'm gonna let you know, like I did tonight. Hey, by the way, I sent you a link to come up on the show tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
well, like I said, I was talking Supercross, Motocross. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm bringing Johnny up on here because you made that comment about Cooper Webb. I'm like, well, it's game on now. We're getting this rivalry going for the season.
Oh, hell yeah. Mm, I'm excited to see how it goes. I really am.
it especially like I said, in that 450 class, man, there's a lot of heavy hitters. It's gonna be who rides their asses off and can stay consistent is gonna win it. I mean, that's
Hell yeah.
especially for the Supercross part where they're racing in the arenas, the stadium racing for the winner. That's where it's going to tell who's going to be the big dog.
Oh, for sure. See, I got a lot of possibilities, if you will, put my hopes towards a lot of people in that.
Oh yeah, it's going to. Like I said, the 250 class is wide open with Deegan moving up and shit, man. That just opens the door for kitchens, a lot of them. Webb
Oh,
can
for
do it again
sure.
too. Webb could do it again in the 250 class. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm just excited for the 450 shit, especially with Tomac going to KTM. That's gonna be. Mm.
Gonna be an exciting
it's
season.
oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Oh, and that tickets I found out too for that Cleveland show. That
Yeah.
now doesn't only include the day of the race. You get to watch all the practice sessions the day of the race and everything else too. So it's an all day fucking event for what you pay for the tickets. It ain't just the race.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that is bad. I said, I don't care as long as I get to take the family to it and we get to go.
Right.
I don't care if I'm sitting up in the nosebleeds as long as I can see down and get the
Right.
experience, the Supercross, I'd be happy as hell.
Right. When something like that comes to getting its money worth, that all comes down to individual experience.
Oh yeah. And that's what I want to do. So I mean I think it'll be a good time.
Same. Very much. See, I haven't gone to something like that in a while. I want to get back out to them again.
You got any local MX tracks, motocross tracks near you within an hour or so, Bubba?
Uh, I gotta see that.
What
Let's
part of New
see.
York you in?
So I am near like Rochester area.
There's motocross tracks there.
I
There's
thought
actually,
so.
I think there's some I think it's in the northern part of Rochester, up by you. I think there's a couple tracks there, if I remember right. I don't know for sure.
Uh, oh shit! So I'm also not that far from. I mean, it's a little bit of a drive, but really not that far if it's worth it. Batavia,
Yeah,
Area 51
but
motocross.
yeah, I mean, even to get a chance out to go check and check out the locals. I mean, that'd be cool, badass.
That'd be
Take your phone,
awesome.
get you some videos and stuff. get out when it's time for the season and catch a couple races or something? Get your ass out of the house?
Well, yeah. See, last season when I was really trying to figure out organization with the channel and such, and some new content to add, I was mostly doing events like concerts and things like that, which I still am, still gonna do, but I'm gonna broaden my
Oh, yeah.
horizon. Concerts, tattoo study, and motocross events.
There you go.
Yeah. Bring a little something
About time.
diverse to the table.
About time you take your own advice that you gave me to do for my channel. So,
Thank
hey,
you, brother.
everybody in the comments and watching, it's on record. Johnny just said that. So if he starts slacking, we can all give him shit.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna need it. Well, that's been the one thing that's happened a lot in the past is I'll get motivated with it, but then I forget you.
Dude, it happens with me, man. There's times that I hit that where we've talked before. You hit that wall, and you kind of push everything back, and then all of a sudden you get somebody to revitalize that, and it's like, man, I just wasted my time being mopey when I don't need to be. But I get where your situation, like I said, it happens. You're gonna have that,
Oh, for sure.
but at the same time, within the year of getting knowing you, and with that situation you have going on, you've kind of what I've seen in the big picture is you went from pagan E to just streaming and kind of doing your blah to you're almost to a full tank of fucking fuel, dude, and you're kicking ass even with not letting it uh, hold you back anymore. And that's just within the year of getting to know you and watching your streams and being in the comments, not only being up here, but just even when I can't be on the show, just in the comments talking, I've noticed you're having a rough day, but it eventually, boom, you're right back there instead of hitting back over here. You know what I mean? You're not letting it win.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, brother. That right there, that process has taught me a couple of things. That exact process is, how do I say this? To put it bluntly, when I was so distracted by what was going on that just thought that was the only thing going on, I never really could figure out my capabilities. And thus, I thought I didn't have much for capabilities. Uh, and there's still a line to draw with what's going on, and there's still limits. There's also
Right,
things that I'm able to get done within those limits.
right. I mean, it's like you've said many a times, dude. Some of us are fortunate enough where we can grow, we can continue, and kind of, in my opinion, like kind of overwhelm yourself. But at the same time, you got to take a back seat, like you said, and especially with your situation, it can be overstimulating at times. Well, here
Yeah.
lately, I'm gonna tell you now, like I just said, you ain't let that overstimulation shit take over you, dude. You've been you've been kicking ass, and especially with these early morning streams, that I'm like, dude, Johnny's up this early at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning streaming. I'm not used to that, man. Usually it's like now or later in the
Right.
evening at night that you're doing this shit. So
Well,
there's been some good come out of this. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
For sure. Uh, See, I noticed something that when there's really unproductive grind set, and when there's things, of course, to get done, brother, I could stay up for maybe like no exaggeration, 24 hours straight, just
Oh
gear
yeah.
grinding, getting shit done, busting shit out.
Oh yeah. Then you got your days where, like I said, I went on that 3 day fucking bender where I got a total in 3 days, 8 hours of sleep. Then I slept good last night. Woke up today. Started this week off rejuvenated, ready to kick the world's ass. But last week I had those days, man. It's like, what's sleep?
Right. I mean, that right there. I've gone to times where just once again that gear grind set where at the end all I can feel is coffee pumping through my body, and the coffee ain't even taking effect anymore.
Right. Well, that's like sitting here drinking these things, man. The energy drinks. It's like flavored water for me anymore. It don't have nothing. that it does. You know?
Because right here, I have been on these for a bit, and these will kick your ass. I don't know what they put in these aside from caffeine. Yeah, I probably should learn up on them a little bit,
Right.
but they had something. The same with the Bang drinks. It was a tad bit
That
controversial.
that with the bangs, I can drink one of those. I get the shakes real bad though. I can't drink the bangs. Um, Monsters anymore with me. They're a joke. It's flavored water, no effect. Now, if I
Right.
grab like a rain or a bang, I feel the effects. I don't know what it is. They don't have as much what ice can compare to the monsters, but they give me jittery and shit like that occasionally for not drinking them as often as I used to.
One thing I've learned about them is, as far as the rain drinks, the BCAA aminos, those, and let me see here, those and the CoQ10 will put a pep right in your step.
Oh yeah, well, and it's some of it's like an overdose of those in those drinks
Yeah.
compared to a monster too. So
Well, that goes. Well, the Bang ones, they're contender, range contender. They really fell off because there was a lawsuit against them at first. Their CEO, Jack Owick, had a lawsuit against him because he was putting ingredients in them that didn't exist. And so people were wondering, what actually are you putting in those?
well, and that's just like Logan Paul and Jake Paul's prime, and that's still on the fucking shelf, and it's got shit in there that's yeah,
You
it's
look up the
worse than
names and you're like, I've never heard of this before. What is this?
there's a lot of shit in that that's worse than Bang was.
Yeah. Now, of course, it's something to be careful on, but I myself specifically, or anybody really with these type of things going on, you really got to be careful because the brain's trying to work overtime to make itself work. And then you put that strong of a stimulant, which let's say it feels like some other recreationals, that in the end,
Right.
what's the end game of them? They're gonna make your heart and your brain give out. I can't have that. I got a legacy to make.
Yes, you do. We all do. It's
Yes,
cost me
sir.
my gall. It cost me my gallbladder
Oh,
because it causes
see,
gallstones if you're not careful. I used to drink. I used to drink when I was working when I my first big factory job because I was bouncing from shift to shift, from third shift to first shift to second shift, back and forth.
yes, sir.
I'd drink a 6 pack of Monster a night. I'd grab their 6 pack or 4 pack deals, and I'd grab two of those and drink them a night.
See, now here's the thing: Monster compared to these, Monster won't even touch me as far as stimulants go. I could drink it like
It
water.
don't. That's what it does for me. It's just flavored water. Now, if I get my hands on like a rain, like because I like that. Is that sour gummy?
It is.
Yeah, that's my favorite out of that. I can tell the effect of it will make me stay up for 24 hours. And I'd only
And
drinking one of those
the,
because I don't drink it enough.
well, the reason why I mentioned something recreational is because if I've drank a full one of those to the face, nothing really pulling it back. Like I mix it with Gatorade now because of the strength of it, and no Gatorade mixed, dude, my face will go numb. Like I can't even feel my
Oh yeah.
face. I'm
I've got
telling
to the
you, like
point
I can't feel my face and my heart. What's going on?
right, exactly. It's one of those, yeah, I mean that's where you gotta watch. And especially with your condition, you gotta watch that shit, man.
Yes. There was at one point in life. Don't get me wrong, I was in a tough situation. I was got myself into some stupid choices and moved out for a little while. Well,
Right.
um I was when I say I was living a rush every day. I was drinking like a 4 pack of these a day.
Oh yeah.
Just constant flighting. And now I sit here and don't get me wrong, I've already had some things going on, but the manicness that I already had going on made it a lot worse. Had no business with that.
Right. Yeah, when you do certain things, it can mess with you. So
And that for me, that was energy drinks. I mean,
right.
I figured out that my system's so sensitive. keep it at coffee, maybe a little bit of those every now and then, but mostly some coffee, and I'm good. I don't need much.
Right. Who's that? He just seen
What, Prince?
my youngest. My youngest just
Come
come
on.
downstairs. He took off.
Right on.
Yep. So, but yeah, man, it's one of those deals. Some people that does, and it affects people differently, and we just got to be careful. It's just like nicotine, dude. Like I said, with the chewing thing, it's been 30 years. So I mean, it's a hard one to kick. I've been fortunate that I know to pace myself, but there's certain people it overtakes them. I can usually go 2 or 3 days without it and be okay. But there's people I know that can't go without it at all.
If I myself try to use that at a overconsumed rate, my blood pressure, right, went literally so high through the roof, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack, dude. And that was just off some nicotine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of the shit's worse than the others, dude. So
Now, this coming from at one point in time, I was doing these plus the nicotine, plus caffeine, plus. I'm surprised that my system didn't give out then.
oh yeah, it's just certain people. It'll hit you like a ton of bricks, man.
Yeah. Not to mention, to some people it's a controversial thing. To some people they know about it. To some people it's whatever. But Lyme disease, right? I've been battling that on and off for the past couple of years,
Right.
and it'll attack some organs, man. It'll do some damage to what you already got going on.
That's why they say about for the ticks with the deer disease because of that.
Yes.
It carries the Lyme disease in it, and it's like wow.
Now that's what happened. A couple of things happened during this. I was clearing a property I lived at that was kind of overgrown and had some brush on it. A couple of things happened. I got multiple tick bites. My dog got bit by a fucking copperhead, shaved some years off her life. Yeah. And at that moment, I realized, you know what? I'm going back to New York because not only is it, well, I'm more comfortable with the little bit of cold and warmth anyway, that perfect balance. But also because of that, stuff's not over thriving to the point where it's just jumping out at you. Ticks, wildlife,
Right.
everything.
Yep. Oh, it's insane, dude. The way shit goes nowadays, man. So
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah.
I just went on Facebook. One of the pages I follow, it's called the Alligators of Florida.
Yeah.
If you look, whoops. If you look real close, there's baby gators.
Oh.
Look who's sitting within the shallow water by the babies.
Oh. That is awesome.
Yeah.
See, now my sister lived down in Florida. I went down there to stay with her for a spell, and it was something I'd definitely never seen before in my life before that up close. We were going out in like the bayous and the riverways, and you get to see a lot of stuff right in its bare natural habitat.
Right.
Gators, manatees, which I
Oh
was
yeah.
oh,
I'd be
sorry.
cool as hell to see it, man. I'd be cool as hell to see actual manatees in the wild.
Well, I always thought they were like endangered or critically endangered, something to that extent.
They're actually not, believe it or not.
No?
They're thriving.
Nice. Feels good to see that
Just
there's
like how
some.
the well, oh yeah. Well, that's like the American crocodile, once thought extinct, is now thriving huge in Florida now, just like the gators. I mean, it's
Right.
nice to see an iconic animal that travels actually the whole East Coast and the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
You know, it's good to see. But yes, bunch of them are there, unfortunately, in Florida. But I mean, it's cool to see it come back.
For sure. It- it's a weird balance. It really is, because you have a highly populated, of course, city areas. Then you have areas like that where you go out in the bayou and it's just extreme wildlife.
Right. I mean, it's freaking cool as hell to see.
I mean, when I was down there, once again, we were out in the waterways, and one day you got to see manatees, crocs. I jumped in the water, what risk it was, and actually caught blue crabs barehanded.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of them under the surface. It was blurry. It was a fun process trying to catch them, because you'd see this blurry spot under the water, dive all the way down, and hope you grabbed it by the claws without getting pinched.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
I
it
will
was a bit of
be.
a rush.
I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Oh, oh, it was awesome. Hey, one moment, guys. Still sitting here with y'all. I just want to look through some things real quick. Here we go. One more. Put a little bit of something on low here to help me keep going and stimulated here. Also, I'm also gonna do, okay? With some cooler layers on. One more. Just a moment, y'all. Organize my pockets here.
Okay, I'm back now. Sorry, I had to handle some stuff. The
No
little one got
worries.
the little dog got in the trash.
Oh, no worries. Just to organize my pockets here.
No, I actually fucking hate you, dude. You used to the fuck out of shit that you're not supposed to be in.
So, what are you working on now? You got that other piece, the other side done yet, or?
Still working on that one. I want to see how I'm going to take it. I want to see if I'm going to do a blatant right down the middle transition, or if I'm going to do some sort of something in the middle to transition over to the other half.
Right.
So it's a little something that I'm taking with a process here.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, it's understandable.
Oh, for sure. Especially if I want some of these things to turn out just well, striving for perfection, right? Especially when it shows up on the camera. I noticed that when I go to take a picture of one of my finished pieces and it shows up on the camera, it almost reveals every imperfection that I didn't see.
Right.
Oh, I gotta see here. Let me see. There was some samurai motifs. There were some face motifs of just mythological creatures. There was also
I want to see you do the. I'd like to see you get into the mythical creatures or do the kois and the style of the kois.
so there is actually a very significant meaning behind the koi piece. You so they would get the koi done uh, for let's say an elder member that they really respected, and
Right.
they would get it done as significance of pretty much I'm a set of working hands for you. I'm here to do whatever you need me to do. It and most of the significance behind that is goes back to how let's say koi is prepared. When they would prepare it as a meal, they would take great care to every aspect of preparing it would be done with almost perfection.
Huh.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm. You'd kind of have this master cutsman come in who would make sure that every fillet, every cut, every stroke of the knife done to that fish, that animal, would be done the way that pays respect to it as a meal.
Right.
I don't see it, though. Let me see. I was starting a koi piece a while back, but the thing was so big scaled that I was only getting a couple line strokes of it done at a time within a couple hours, so I took it on the back seat for a little bit.
See, there was something else that I learned too that I didn't realize. I didn't realize in Japanese and Chinese folklore that serpents was a big thing too.
Yes.
Never knew that. I never knew that until that one. Remember me telling you about Tyler Nolan, the guy I follow that keeps like Venomous and all that stuff there in Florida that was on Ink Master? Yeah.
Yeah.
He said besides traditional Japanese and Chinese art of the samurais and the kois and shit like that, serpents is actually a big part of. That's why the dragons. I
Ooh,
didn't never put two and two together until he was working on a dragon back piece and actually did uh it's in China. It's up in the mountains. It's called the Mengsheng pit viper.
yes.
Dude, the shit like that, I'm like, there's no way. And sure enough, he goes, yes, it is part of the Chinese folklore, not as much as Japanese, but it's part of the Chinese. I'm like, what? No way.
Mm,
He goes, that's why he does that stuff. I thought that was kind of
the
cool.
Oh, for sure. That's one of the things that I'm learning about this whole art form. And one of the reasons why it's actually taking me a long time to get a full piece done is I want to make sure that I have the wisdom that I actually need, all of the wisdom I actually need to even do one piece.
Right.
Yeah.
I just seen a thing. The second oldest sent me a thing I thought was kind of cool. On TikTok, there's one of the high up tattooing companies. They actually have a practice canvases that you can order and do practice outlining and then doing your tattoo gun and stuff. It gives you it's a practice gun and everything else to learn tattooing.
Oh.
I was like, dude, that's kind of cool, but I don't have a steady hand for something like that. But it was neat seeing
So,
that they're actually giving you the option now where you can do your stencil work and stuff and learn where to shade and how to do the motions of your tattoo gun. I thought that was kind of cool.
For sure. That's one of the things that I would say would be the next step in this whole process is I'm learning how to do the broad strokes with, let's say, pen and pencil. But then
Right.
as far as the transition from this and as a transitional step into actually tattooing, I'm going to look into that.
I would, because I mean, you got to take from the paper to your stencil to the canvas. So you get your stencil done and you can practice your shading and everything else with the gun. I thought that was kind of neat. I've never I just shows you how far tattooing's come, man.
For real, it has. It's one of those things where once again is embedded with culture and appreciation of that culture because you have how they started out with almost caveman like tactics, and now you have some people that still use those traditional tactics, but also people that have transitioned into using the same art form, but with the methods we have today.
Right. It's just everybody's modernizing.
Right. Once again, you still have some people that like to keep things traditional. Horiyoshi the Third and Horimatsu are two names that come to mind when I think about that. They completely have a traditional Irizumi setup where you go there to get a tabori piece done, and they still have the skewers. They still have, instead of your traditional sitting at chair with the tattoo gun buzzing at you, they more have like a dojo like setup, if you will, where it's got
Right.
this sliding panel doors and everything about it really seems traditional. And you lay there and get your piece done.
Well, not only that, it makes things relaxed.
Right.
Instead of being in a tattoo building and everything else, you're in a relaxed setting where you're going to be more relaxed and not so tense while they're tattooing, um, and
Yeah.
putting your artwork to you. I mean, I get it.
Yes. It's To me, it's another one of those things that makes an art form what an art form is. You have how it's set up, how it's doing, how it's done, how what you're conveying with that piece, and what somebody feels while getting that piece.
Right.
Mm.
And the thing is, is it seems like most of your tattooed chairs are almost like kind of overgrown massage chairs.
Yes. Yes. Whereas with, let's say, Tabori and how Irizumi is done, with you actually have like this spanned out full table that you
Right.
know span out on, and you give them the most access to every part to get ink on.
Yep. I mean, it's cool how they do it. So.
Hmm. In the end, you're creating this piece that has the motif on the back with its cultural significance and meaning, and then you have uh, the wind bars that create that background wrapping around the body uniformly to create this pattern on the in the front and on the arms that would that pattern was really meant to be that if you were wearing something like a kimono or something as such, it would hide just into the borders of it.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Never knew that.
So, like the shape of all those bar sections going down the body and leaving just a stripe that goes straight down, not covered, it
Hmm.
would so that those corners of the kimono or what they'd be wearing would be just on the border of the tattoo.
Nice. Never knew that.
Very beautifully done, if done correctly. Now,
That is fucking cool.
I've tried working with that method on doing the backgrounds, and it is tricky. You have to coordinate each section where each one's going to smoothly bend and arc around to the next. And the way I figured is if you start with one section and you finish, you continue to work what direction that's going to go with instead of do one behind it, do one behind that. Then you're trying to guess
Right.
trajectory. Whereas if you do one going front to front to front, you can figure out that trajectory as you keep going.
Never knew that. So with the dragons and everything else that they use, is there significance with the way they do the coloring of the dragon? Is that like for Japanese for the triad and stuff? Is the coloring what basically where your rank inside the of the triad is what the colorations that you have in that, or is it just something that they do?
So that actually has a couple different things going on with it. That is one of them, as well as different mythological figures. There is a specific color and specific shape, of course, to that dragon, so it correlates with that as well.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I always thought it was like the rankings or whatever that they had in the triad and shit. That's what the for the dragon.
Partially, but there's a couple different aspects to it. Let me see here. I actually wrote some papers on this a while back. I have my whole studies that I've actually written out night after night in a bin somewhere, one of these 3 bins. I have to look out on it again. Let me see here. So
I'm listening.
there are a couple different colors. There is blue, red, black, green, bronze, gold, silver, white, brass, and copper.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Huh. Would have never thought that.
So they actually have some elemental behind them. Black is associated with acid, often found in swamps, typically portrayed as evil, brutal, and cruel, while blue is associated with lightning, often found in deserts, typically portrayed as vain, territorial, and greedy. Green, associated with poison, often found in forests, typically portrayed as cunning, treacherous, and manipulative. Red, associated with fire, often found in mountains, typically portrayed as arrogant, proud, and impulsive. White, associated with cold, often found in caves, typically portrayed as feral and primal.
That's interesting. Never knew that. Never understood that.
I knew that there was some deeper explanations to them as well as significances. Let's see here. Black also signifies wisdom. Green signifies nature and life. Red signifies passion and strength. Yellow gold signifies nobility, wealth, and virtue. Blue signifies compassion and forgiveness, while white represents purity and virtue, or in some contexts can signify mourning.
Really? That is
Yes,
freaking
sir.
cool as hell, man.
Just
Learned
for real.
something new. That's
Well,
awesome.
oh, indeed. It's one of those things where I think I was talking about this in one of my previous streams. Is literally every line stroke of these type of tattoos has a deep-seated meaning. From the background sections that create the pattern to the colors that are used to it could be right up to where exactly you put something on that piece, whether it's at the top of the page or the bottom.
No kidding.
Yes. There's one, and I'm trying to think of what it is. So the koi.
Right?
I think I was talking about that one earlier. So the whole story behind the koi is one of those things where direction that you could portray it swimming. If it portrays it swimming up, then there's a story behind the koi, an old folklore, if you will. That the koi, once it achieves swimming vertically up a waterfall, transforms and turns into a dragon.
So what is it if it's downstream?
I gotta remember that one.
Because I see a lot of the artwork when it comes to that stuff that I've seen, it's all downstream on somebody's arm.
So the koi swimming down, let's say if the one swimming up is transformation and progress, then the one that swims down signifies success and peace.
Is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
Indicates,
because you always see a lot of the people around my area that if they have that stuff,
yes, sir.
it's always swimming down their arm. It's never up.
See, here's one thing that I'm still trying to figure out, and yet I'm still at a learning pace in this, so perhaps I'll figure this out in the future. Is
Right?
let's say you get a piece done with progress in mind and with transformation, and it's that motif. But then you've at some point in your life, could be decades later, found that, and you realize, but getting the second part of that progress, which would be the downward piece, well, you've already got the one motif, let's say, on your back. So I wonder what somebody would
Right.
do to try to signify the later on.
See, I mean, that's the thing is it makes you wonder how it works.
Right. Because for sure, I wouldn't go to the person that I've built a rapport with and trusted them to get this piece done and gone to them and been like, you know what? I've reached that point in my life decades later. I'd like it to be I'll be whited over and to get the success part of it done as a piece. That just don't make sense.
Right.
So I
But
wonder what that is, what that whole process is.
yeah, I mean, or is it one of those deals that they start that process and they finish with the success and everything else, like you were talking afterwards, is to entitle it, or it just leaves that door open for that.
Right. I'm curious about that. Once again, you got
It's
the full span of the back and that kind of happening. But then years
right,
later, you look at it and you're like, okay, not to say that I've reached what I need to do, but I've reached a turning point in my life. What do I do about it then?
right. Do you, like you said, wait it out, or do you start the new success on your chest? You know what I mean?
That is what
That's
I've
one
seen
of the
some people do.
right. But at the same time, it's one of those. Who knows?
Right. I've seen some people do something similar to that. They'll get the main motif done on their back, and then where it comes through to the kimono section in the front, get some smaller resemblances done and some different meanings.
Exactly, and it's kind of confusing.
It can be.
But but it also makes people intrigued. That's really interested, like you said, to look into it more.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And that might be once again one of those things where in my learning journey of this, I still very much consider myself. I haven't even picked up the taburi skewer or the tattoo gun yet to start learning
Right.
with. So I am definitely in the apprenticeship part of just designs right now. So on my learning journey of all of this, I wonder if that's one of those things I learned along the way.
It might be. I mean, you never know. I mean, besides doing like you said, you're studying and looking for everything. How it opens the possibility of stuff without doing. I mean, that's like motorsports and reptiles. You don't understand something, you look it and try to find it where what makes it best understandable of that. It's the same
Well,
thing with what you're doing.
that one of the things I think we were talking about earlier is the community is very accepting in that aspect of if you have questions or you have something that you want to learn, people aren't going to look down on you for that. You're supposed to seek wisdom.
Right.
That, to me, no matter what field I'm in, that's where respect starts for me. I have no problem handing all of my respect to somebody who's like, you know what? I'm open to questions. I'll show you the avenues for the answers, even if you got to learn something to do that along the way.
Oh yeah. My thing with the tattoo game is, and a buddy of mine's been in it for a while. I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are jumping into the tattooing game. Fuck, they ain't even been at it 3 solid months, technically as an apprentice, and they're wanting to open up shops.
Right. I actually was watching one of my documentaries lately on somebody that did that, and it left me almost speechless. Like, you managed to learn all of the basic strokes, which even those are embedded in process throughout only a couple of months, and then you're put into a studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see it easy. I see it around my hometown all the time, and I mean that's fucking crazy.
it is. It is.
And these people call themselves tattoo artists. Well, you know, I get it. You're an apprentice. You're tattooing, but you haven't technically, like you said, mastered the craft.
Right. I mean, once again, perfect example of somebody, let's say, who has Horioshi the Third. He's learned from his, second and first the process of things, and this man is well into his, gray white hair, fucking older guy.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm going to start from anywhere and even get a start on things, I'm going to see what I can figure out about that man himself and about his process.
You got to. And I mean, that's just like motorsports. You're not going to jump in not knowing what you're doing and rebuild a high performance 15,000 horsepower, 10,000 horsepower motor for a nitro funny car and expect it to last and know what you're doing.
Right.
It's a process.
Very much so.
I got my Kraken coffee cup.
Nice.
Got my coffee. So this coffee I got, I'm gonna be up on a binger again because this shit kicks in.
I don't blame that. Actually, I want to find where my coffee is. I had it earlier.
I was gonna say you had it sitting at the table when you're on the show.
Fucking giant thermos, and I somehow misplaced it. Oh, that's why. It somehow was under the fucking bed.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with you some days.
Some days I could be up for well over 6 hours and still getting my shit together.
Oh yeah.
That's where it turns into a well over 24-hour day.
Yep, been there, done that, buddy, many a times.
Finish getting things together in the first 12, and then on the grind set for the next 12.
Yep. Basically setting yourself up.
Yeah. I was gonna say, times I've done that, I can sleep for over 24 once again, then wake up at the same time that next 24 and wonder, where did that chunk of time go?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the process, you're like, man, why do I feel like shit? Because I did this.
See, now for me, specifically, what I've got going on up here, it's not good for me to get into that time cycle. Because let's say I'm up when everybody's sleeping, I could. Well,
Right.
That's actually happening before. I've had a medical emergency where I had to spontaneously wake my family up because I literally needed to go to the hospital, and I was the only one. I was the only one awake.
I mean, there's honestly, like you said, there's benefits to it. Then there's not benefits to it.
Right. I mean, sure, I'm up hours where it's more focused to get my work done, sure. But that's
Right.
also why I really wanted to make sure I get work done during that, because if it wasn't for that process, I'd be looking at things wondering why I'm up at these hours anyway.
Yeah. You still working on that face?
Yes, sir. There. See, once again, it's one of those things where right down to the process of it, I can draw. Well, perfect example right here. It's part of this eye that I had to graph out is I could figure out where that loop starts or where to start making the eye at just the perfect correlation to start there. Like I could have started bend all the way out here and go forward, but that would have made the eye so bulged out in conjunction to where that eyebrow is that it doesn't match up. So I had to theoretically see where that diamond point where my finger is, where both of those
Got ya.
points match up, and figure that out geographically. Geometrically.
I see. Okay, I got a question to ask you. It's been bugging me.
Yeah.
Is there a reason? Is it a reason most artists, including yourself, start down in the right hand corner of the paper?
So, I myself get a better perception when I work that way. No matter how big the piece is, I can look at it, and if I'm trying to get the illusion of like almost 3D, where you look at the paper from this angle and it looks like it goes into itself and just gets wider, then the best way to do that is from the bottom.
I was always wondering. I was curious because you're not the only one that does it, but I figured I'd ask. It's like, is there a specific reason why it's done that way?
You can start from the top and then kind of zoom yourself in as you go down, create that illusion.
Right.
But I always found that was more difficult because you have to continuously figure out that perception while you're looking at it. Whereas if you start lower and then get bigger and wider out with the piece, then it just comes and happens naturally.
So it's one of these times you can actually say start from the bottom and work your way to the top when it comes to doing that kind of stuff. Gotcha.
Yes,
Yeah, because
sir.
like I said, you're not the only one I've seen do that shit and everything else. Just curiosity, because then I looked at that paper after you showed me again. I'm like, I'm gonna ask, why is that they start like that?
Well, in one of my other books, before I was doing the Japanese stuff, and I'm gonna see if I can find this book here real quick. One of my other books, I actually have a bunch of examples of 3D perception pieces. And one's quite interesting in particular. It's a hand drawing on a page, but it goes into itself like 3 times. I drew a hand sketching a page, sketching a hand, sketching a page, sketching a hand, sketching a page.
Ooh, dude, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I gotta see if I can find that.
Kind of doing like the start of a cartoon, basically, is what it is in a way.
Right, with a little bit of an illusion mapped in there.
Okay, gotcha. I see you.
That is one of my first serious books that I've got, which is I have a feeling somewhere in my tote.
Oh, you don't have to go digging that stuff out, buddy. There's no need.
Oh, but it's a cool piece though. If I can, just if I can.
You're good. Hey, you went bigger.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Oh my god,
There
it's
we
a
go.
scary set. Oh, now he's small again.
Yeah, I guess I can't. Sorry about that.
You're good, man. We'll get there. One of these days we'll be able to see it. Just make you a note of it.
One of my pieces that kind of does something along the lines of that, but it's a lot less able to notice, is one of these. And I really gotta zoom up to this one.
What is
that? These are funny. The first time I did a piece like this, I'll admit, I was heavy dosing on some shrooms.
Dude, that looks like just a bunch of fucking blood vessels specked with somebody's fucking back.
So
That almost looks like Batista's character from Guardians of the Galaxy. His
yes.
back.
See, there's a piece like this I did with a different pattern and different colors, where this one is more kind of colors that go together, where the one that I did other than this was colors that blatantly contrasted each other, like dark orange, light pink, dark purple, light fuchsia.
So what kind of paper did you do that on?
This was, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a thick grain paper.
Really?
Yeah. It, as you can see, it bled through a little bit, but one of the reasons why I like paper
Right.
like this is it doesn't bleed through as much.
That's still pretty sweet, though. I mean, I didn't know the style of paper you did. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. And if I don't have any of that available, then I use stock printer paper.
The good old thin shit.
Yup. And one of the reasons why I actually use printer paper specifically is because I can get the concept out and put that under the printer paper, and it shows up perfectly underneath that. So I have that whole graphed area to work with.
Ah. So that's how you print your $100 bills. Got you.
Yeah. Shit. Right? Or I put
Johnny's
something
out
like
here
this
telling
under
us.
there.
Oh, some graphite paper.
Yes.
So
I put
when
some
you're
of that down so I don't
using,
mess up the graph.
so with the graphite paper, do you use the squares to count like how many motions you're going to move if you use just strictly the graphite paper, or is it just a guidance thing though how to keep it proportioned?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Yup. I can put let's say the concept, but here's why I have a hard time a little bit with a mixture of OCD and ADHD. Both of them are fighting each other on what I want to perfect with the piece and what I want to continue with next.
So it's like basically you're either going to let one of us win or none of us are going to win kind of deals when it comes to that.
Right. And that is actually the main reason why, well, the whole time I've really been doing this is I'll go back to pieces, redo them, go back to another piece, redo it, save it for another time, because there's both of those going on where it's like, all right, we perfected what we want to on this piece, and it's not really the final, so I want to move ahead with those process steps before I forget them to what would hopefully be the final.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you. It At first, it was kind of a hindrance because it would always translate itself with "I forgot what I'm doing. Let me go back on an area where it hasn't been scrubbed over with an eraser thousands of times." So I was stuck in this manic pattern of half-done pieces that weren't finals, and I can actually remember when that started to happen because I used to, like I showed the pieces with the patterns, actually get a full pattern done on the
Right?
paper without that happening.
No
And
shit.
then yeah, and then somewhere along the way, I started to do things with that pattern, and I've been doing it since.
That's cool to know that.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, a little bit of process steps and what overall make the final work.
Well, I just logged into Facebook update. One of the motocross pages that I follow, they don't think Hayden Dingin's mentally strong enough to survive the 450 class with all the heavy hitters. They're
Oh,
doubting him.
man.
All they're doing is fueling the fire with that kid, man. That's what they did with him when he started the 250 class, and he became a multi-time champ. So see what happens. See what happens with that. So
What do you think? Could it go either way? Is there room for development for him?
I honestly think he's going to grow and he's going to become even more dangerous with a 4-stroke 450 underneath his ass.
Oh, yeah. That would be awesome to see, to say the least. That would be, you want to talk about character development, that'd be awesome.
And literally, it's a mental and physical battle riding motocross, man. And people don't understand that. Just like bull riding, like I said in the show, you want two of the toughest
Yeah.
physical and mentalist sports
Yeah.
there is, besides, doing MMA. So
Oh,
those
for
three
sure.
sports right
It's
there take the
testing both in the body
they
and the
take the
mind.
Yep. You're in trouble now.
One second.
Go to timeout. Oh. I fucking love this guy. Anybody still out there in the chat? Party, party, party. Boom, boom, boom.
Good deal.
You're back.
Yes, sir.
What'd you do now? Where's the puppy dog?
Oh, so that's actually my technically my sister's dog, and she sister makes sure she keeps her on a bit of a strict regimen. When it's time for bed, it's time for bed.
Ah. I was gonna say she was up
Sorry.
with you the other day.
Oh yeah, and that was actually part of it. She likes to wander up here because, of course, she knows she got a bedtime, so she wanders up here when it's time for bed. My sister's got to chase her down up here.
She's like Uncle Johnny, save me. Mom's trying to make me go to bed.
Literally, fucking gets down, looks at me, eyes wide, tail wagging.
gives you those puppy eyes, man.
Which, how do I say? I'm happy my sister got a pet. I grew up with two pets that my uncle had. And I was really close to my uncle, so I was really close to them dogs. Yup. Oh yeah.
That's my two big dogs.
Nice.
They're laying beside me.
The one
My
looks like
one,
a bit of a cattle dog.
actually, she's got Timberwolf in her. Her daddy's a full-blooded Timberwolf.
Okay. Yeah.
She's got Pit, Timberwolf, and Australian Shepherd in her.
That's where I'm seeing it with the shepherd.
Then my Heinz 57, my English Bull, my Red-Nosed Pit, and Boxer mix.
Nice.
That's the one that was
Nice.
having seizures. That's the one that was having seizures about 2 weeks ago. So
Oh.
he's been doing good though. The medicine we got for him, he's back to his old fucking self. Other than he's more
I'm glad
vocal
to
now
hear
when he
that.
needs something. But he's doing
Hey.
good. And then of course you seen Little Man earlier.
Yes,
He's
sir.
out. So those are my three dogs. Like I said, I got a zoo at my house.
It brings me enjoyment, brother. I can fully endorse that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, my old man, the old man of the house is my 13-year-old male. So
My goodness. The
he's
pup
been. We've
convers
had
has
him
had
since
many a years.
where we've lived. Oh
Uh,
yeah. Well, as much as I hate to say it, I'm gonna say it out there. I own a Heinz 57, unfortunately. Unless you're part of the bully breed, certain parts of the bully breed. I mean, they live longer. They don't
oh,
near.
for sure.
They eventually inherit the issues of the bloodlines. But I mean, every now and then his hips will bother him, like the hip dysplasia in your English bulls and boxers. But other than that, he's a good old Gus. That's my son and wife's dog, pretty much. And when they're
Nice.
not home, he's up. They're not home, he's up my ass. So
I feel that. That was the same with the dog I grew up with, Golden Retriever. Now, here's the thing. He was he was AKC, but he also had a lot of HP blood. He had
yeah,
some masses.
yeah, we got one that we found wasn't cancerous. It's just part of the breed that she had. That she is. She's got one in the center of her chest, but it's not. The vet said it's nothing to worry about. So
That at the time, that's what we were told as well. But given her quick kind of decline with Oliver, I'm looking back wondering now myself.
it's actually it's gone down because when it first showed up, I mean, dude, it was every bit like a fucking
Already.
baseball, damn near baseball. Now it's down to basically a 50-cent piece. And
Good.
all we did is change their diet around. So
Good.
it's almost like a food mass kind of storage thing that kind of is going away.
No, it nice for the circumstances. Yeah.
And then with him, with his thing, it's a neurological shit that was causing his seizures. So it wasn't none of the food or anything that we were giving him, nothing, or the treats or anything. It's just there. He's got part of his bloodline somewhere in with what he's mixed with. They have a neurological thing that it'll trigger him on older dogs.
So
Yeah, I'm talking
what,
about you.
what's up, buddy? Hey,
That's
good
my
boy.
boy. That's my boy Tito. He's like, Dad, you're talking about me. I'm sitting up.
See that? That's a perfect example of just how
Don't
smart
come
your
on.
pup can be.
Hey, they're very intelligent, man. That
Very
dog
much
right
so.
there is a female person. He does not like my brother-in-law at all, and my brother-in-law's never did nothing to him. We found out the reason he don't like my brother-in-law is because my brother-in-law has high anxiety, so the dog feeds off of it. So my brother-in-law tries not to. We try to keep him put up when he's here visiting and stuff with our niece and nephew.
Uh, My other sister used to have a dog like that. Matter of fact, my uncle's dog is kind of the one that he had was like that. Good dog all day long, but due to me and the manic tendencies I got and what can happen with that. The dog always sensed an uneasiness from me, and I never meant to convey it that way. Just always sensed an uneasiness from me and would snap if
He
they were
he
around me.
he actually tried to bite him in the face.
Yep. See?
But the big no is don't touch my wife
Well, of
when he's
course.
around. Dude, he gets pissy with me and gets snappy with me. Me and the wife can't. I literally gotta punish the dogs, especially him. If me and the wife are horsing around or anything, or I horse around with the kid, this motherfucker will try to bite me.
See,
But
that
that's what I want, though.
hey,
I don't get
you
mad
want
at
me
him.
to
I'll
protect
play.
her.
I'll play with him. I'll get him all riled up, and when he starts that shit, I'll get him so fucking riled up, it
Right.
pisses him off.
See, that was how my golden was when I had her.
Yeah, so I just, God forbid anybody comes through that fucking door that's not welcome here, and the dogs don't know. They'll find out, especially if I'm not home.
See, now,
The dogs,
once we-
the dogs in my eyes are for your protection because you make it past the dogs, you ain't making it out of my house alive.
that right there. I actually grew up with a little bit of that. The golden that we had was specifically my mom's dog, and how do I say it bluntly? The asshole I grew up with. Um, before I did anything about it, the dog did something about it first.
Well, he's the keeper. He's the sad part is now that I got the little Chihuahua, that little motherfucker's like it. You sneeze in the wrong direction, he's going spastic, and then he
Yeah.
triggers those two. There for the longest time, it was my female. She'd hear a noise, she'd bark because she's got good sensitive hearing because of being a wolf and shit in her.
Oh yeah.
Then my male would fucking start in, but she'd be the first one with her hair raised on her back. I walked into the house from work one night, all blacked out, forgot to say something. All I heard was the growling, turned my flashlight on. She's standing in front of me, her hair standing about that far up on her back. And that was
Oh,
just
for
for me
sure.
coming in from work. And it was pitch black. She literally had her hair standing up with her teeth showing and everything else. Till I hollered her name and told her it was okay and turned the light on. I pretty much was on eggshells because I was afraid I was going to get my ass chewed up.
See, now that right there. My dog really helped me with some character development along the years. Because how do I say? I was always the type of person where I would never touch a fly, right? Not even touch a fly. But then I got older and started to, learn a little bit of becoming a person and the value of people. And that's where I started to think about values a little bit. And in that regard, multiple things were one, the worth of my family and just what I want to do to protect that worth of my family. And two, the worth of that dog. They say dog's man's best friend. Well, I know that they're there to protect family, but I don't want them going into harm's way every fucking time something happens.
But I mean, that's the sad part is, buddy, that's the way it is, man. That's just the nature of the beast. As much as I hate to say it, Bubba. That's why they're
The,
known as man's best friends, dude. You know what I mean?
now that though, it you want to talk about character development? Once again, I'm one of the things I'm in therapy for is learning how to get it through my head to stick up for your family, be there for your family. But the dog, something just hits different with them. I see something happen to the dog, it's over.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing of it is, it may be an animal to somebody else. That's somebody's brother, somebody's kid. You know what I mean? I
Right,
have, I honestly, I have 6 kids. 3 of them are 2-legged, and the other 3 are 4-legged. They're my kids.
right. But
They just like my reptiles. My wife, like Rachel, my wife said. Those are our babies. Those are our kids too. But our dogs are our main kids. They're always people get all pissy. Well, you let them up on the couch. You let them do this. Yeah, I'd let them do that shit before I let you in my house. So I mean, come on.
people let the human kids get away with almost murder. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yep. So,
eh,
well, how long you gonna be on tonight, buddy?
I'm planning on being on for a while. I might have to take a break in between, but it won't be like a logging off break. I just have to walk away and splash some water on my face.
Cause I gotta get off here for a little bit, and I gotta go get my son and stuff, and I'm gonna
Yes,
charge
sir.
my Chromebook while I'm gone to go get him from work and shit. And you're still on. I'll come back up. Hopefully, Haas is here with us too. So
Look forward to it, brother. Hell yeah, hopefully.
we can tease him about the Steelers losing again to the Bears.
Yeah, right?
All right, Bubba. I'll catch you later on, buddy.
Wally, brother, good to see you.
Later on, man.
All right, take care. Right on. Thanks for coming up, Wally, brother. Once again, we'll be here chilling. I've enjoyed the productive conversation going on. As far as me taking a second for a hiatus here, just give me a minute. Give me just 1 minute to do that whole splash from some water on my face and get myself around. The sink's right over here. Just a minute. There we go. There we go. Got some of my snack stores here for the weekend. We got some food in the fridge. All right, I'm good. I'm back. We are. Yeah. Probably gonna take a little bit here while I'm on with y'all. Put on some music. Get my head into a little bit of work progress. And see what I can get done. Like I was saying earlier, there's a couple of dragon pieces that I wanted to do a little bit more in-depth research on. Give me a second here. Let me do some research. Let's see what we got. Raijin, the dragon god of the sea. Fujian Raijin. Orochi, the eight-headed dragon. And there's 6 types known as the Ryu, Sui, Han, Ri, Fuku, Ka, and Hai. Okay. So let's see, I'm going to leave that tab open so I can pick out those names and one by one see the attributes of each one. I'm going to start with Fuku. See what comes up. Second, there we go. Okay. So some of these aren't coming up by name, which means there's only so much I can learn about each one. So what are you getting? I'm going to see what we can learn about this one. Main dragon god in Japanese tattooing and represents strength, wisdom, good fortune, and power. The term Ryujin referred to the legendary dragon god of the sea in Japanese mythology, and its depiction in tattoo symbolizes the protective, powerful, and wise aspects of this mythical creature. I think I was talking a little bit about that one earlier. Symbolism in Irizumi tattooing. Strength and power. The dragon is a powerful creature representing physical and inner strength. Wisdom and knowledge. Dragons are depicted as wise beings with great knowledge. Blessing and good fortune. They are seen as bringers of blessings and good fortune. Guardianship. Dragons symbolize protection for the home, family, and loved ones. So there's a couple aspects of that I can tie into a piece like this. Give me a second. Let me see. Something to work on with a piece like this. Look at different depictions and see how exactly I'm going to use this art style to depict this myself. I might need to get something to eat here soon. My blood sugar's kind of acting funky with me. Let's see here. Research and see what we can figure out. Take a moment to plan this out. I'm going to work with some light designs, add detail and depth, and then keep adding layer by layer. Good. But no, to the face, trying to figure out the proportion. Oh, no worries. My best friend. There's these series of squirrels and bumps over each other to figure out depth. See, that in. What I want to do is bring this. Is my best friend reminds me of my worst. I'm mad in my face. Yeah, here, I'll show you what I got down here in just a little bit. So, face. Let me just do this, move it down. I wish they grabbed the piece from a different angle. Looking like I won't have enough room to work on the top. Yeah, in just a minute, I can show you what we got down already. Once again, I know I'm going to have to move this and do a different angle, but so far that's what we got going. The front of the face, the two eyes, working out with those series of lines, swirls, and bumps. And finish up with the face down here and finish up with the eye over there. Round out the cheek and round out the rest of the head. And once again, I'll have to transfer this over onto a different spot in another page to make sure that it's down far enough to get the rest of the head done with the horns and ears. See there. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to already on down. Guess I just don't have more room. Oh, this is my best friend. My word. My God. My best friend. My world. You have a always the world. And my best friend. My world, the man of my friend. My best Mhm. Let's see. Figure out the face. Some stuff like that done. Figure out. Gonna be. Was out. Down. Just let's figure out what I got down in just a second. That a little bit farther this way. Well, I gotta keep me up some dinner too, real quick. I think my blood sugar kind of fluctuating. Come on. Now I'm going well. Come on, come on. Hang out a bit, you know, like I said, bit of information going on, but you know. Like, go see mama. Go see mama. What? Good girl. Come on. What? What? Good girl. Come on. Come on. It's not night. Yeah. Hey, old brother, good to see you. One love, eh? Hell yeah. I hope you've been well, brother. Yeah. We've just been getting some segments done here on the channel. Somebody helped me out with reptile and motorsports segments, along with what I've been doing here at the desk with my prints. Oh, pardon me, I just heated myself up some dinner as well. Give me just one moment. Just one moment. I am taking a bit of an intermission right now before I sit back at the desk for another probably 6 hours. Make it rounded up to an 8. Hang on, just one moment for me. One moment.
It's glorious. Nobody's gonna beat me this year. Oh,
Grandma's brain footprint, but all of these stuff to it, fried to this perfect search time. Hercules 20-volt brush with power tools are expensive as for a full complex and Harbor Freight. Saw the difference. It's got done.
Sorry about that. Hang on a minute. Give me a moment to charge up my phone. And I'll be back in. Hang on a moment. Let me charge up my device. Stay lifted. See y'all tuned tonight. Peace.